Hello YouTube, it's Christine with Souls Rising, jumping on today with some Oracle messages. This video is for all of my Scorpios out there. If you have Scorpio, Sun, Moon, or Rising, stick around because these are your messages. As always, these are collective messages, so take what resonates and leave anything that does not resonate or make sense in your life or your situation. The messages might apply slightly differently to different folks watching this since it is for a group of people rather than for an individual. If you want a private one-on-one reading, I do offer those, and you will find everything you need to book that appointment on my website, which I will have linked in the description box below. I will start with Oracle cards, and then we will move over to the tarot just to get a deeper clarity around whatever the messages are that are coming through for my Scorpios today. So let's get started. All right, Scorpio. So interesting theme coming in with this message. And I gotta tell you guys, like even as I was getting prepped for your video, I was pulling up my my lamp to clip onto my camera here, and I had that old like Christian song, like This Little Light of Mine, popping in my head and bouncing around. And it makes so much more sense now that I've pulled these cards. So let me show you what we have. The first card is Sekhmet, Protection. Very powerful card. I love this deck. These are amazing. And I will have this deck linked below if you guys are interested in it. This is Stacey DeMarco. This is actually the Queen of the Sun Oracle, which I don't know, some of you probably have her Queen of the Moon Oracle. I know I do and love that one as well. But this one is even more powerful. It's a really cool deck. So this card here is a card of focus. It is about solar cycles. And you'll see, like, do you see the little light at the top of her head? And I was totally hearing that song again as I pulled this card. So that's a big piece of the message here for my Scorpios. And I'll tell you what, you guys, I also was getting told this message about Scorpio understands that there's power within the darkness. Scorpio is not afraid of the dark. It's a sign that it has no fear of venturing into the darkest parts of the human psyche, of humanity, and really getting to understand them. Scorpios are diggers. We like to get to the bottom of things, and we aren't afraid, you know, of the spooky things, the things that go bump in the night. And that actually positions my Scorpios in a really powerful place right now in the grand scheme of things collectively, because we have this unique ability to hold light, to bring light and to hold light into the really dark places, because we're not afraid to go there, first of all. But second of all, because we are a powerful sign. We are a powerful sign that is all about regeneration, death, birth, rebirth. That is like Scorpios, you know, that's like what lights us up, right? It's such a huge part of us as a sign. So I want to show you the rest of the cards, and I'm going to tell you a little bit more about what I'm getting with all of this. So we have the next card is Resilience. Look at this girl. She's like almost like in like a hurricane, getting like swept away in these waters, but she is not giving up. Like she is fighting through it. Look at her look on her face, and she's still keeping her head above water. And Scorpios are fantastic at this. You know, Scorpios have that unique ability to go through a lot of things and still keep their head above the water. And we're fighters, right? At the end of the day, we're fighters. This is a sign. It does not give up. It doesn't give up. And the next card is, that's weird, I heard song. We'll see, maybe there's another song gonna pop in here for me. Next card is the card of Truth. And you'll see this woman is taking off a mask, taking it away from her face, seeing truth, right? Like seeing through bullshit, seeing through things that are false or fake. Again, a very strong Scorpionic trait, to be able to see through things, to see things as they really are, and not maybe the way that we would like them to be, or the idealistic way that others around us would like them to look or to be. And it's a very unique ability. I feel like this is very Scorpionic energy. These are very Scorpionic traits, right? And then we have Creation. This card is the card of Bridget. creation. I'm also really getting generational vibes with this card. Okay. And then we have Samhain possibility. Okay. And again, a lot of darkness in this card. So I actually pulled this card for clarity on the creation card because I wanted to know what Scorpio is creating or what the creation was speaking to. And we got possibilities. Okay, possibility. So what does this all mean? So first of all, with the first two cards, I have a couple things coming in with the second card. I feel, number one, that my Scorpios have been going through some things and they've been having to really hold their own and be their own light in the darkness. So my Scorpios have been going through it, but the fog is clearing, okay? So some of my Scorpios have been really stuck in like places where they couldn't move forward or where there was indecision or where there was just a lot of uncertainty. And it's like the fog is finally burning away and there's clarity coming in. So a lot of my Scorpios have been sort of stuck waiting for some things to clear out or to open up. Energetically speaking, that is now starting to happen. And so they're going to soon be able to see clearly the path ahead. But what I'm being told by Spirit is you've been being protected this whole time. And so some of you are going to see, as this fog clears, how Spirit, God, universe has been protecting you through this whole time. And maybe you didn't feel that through some of what you've been going through, but you're going to know it now. Like you're going to see that there has been this very powerful and strong protection to allow you to really go within and find that light in your own darkness. Okay. And why I feel like this is important for my Scorpios, why I feel like you guys have been really going through this is because you are needed as a sign that is not afraid to go into the dark places and shine that light. You are needed by others to be able to carry that light in and to light up the darkness for them too. So a lot of my Scorpios watching this, you guys are leaders or you are in positions of power, either in your families or maybe you're just very nurturing and you're somebody who's going to help people around you. And that doesn't have to be your job. It doesn't have to be a career focus for you. A lot of times we do this just naturally with our friends, our family groups, our social groups, networks that we're involved in. But you guys, I feel, have had to kind of go within to find your own power, to really ignite your own faith so that you could clear out your personal fog and your personal demons so that you can now step up to the plate and step forward and help other people. You have to hold the light now because you're not afraid of the dark. Okay, you're not afraid. And we start first by going within our own shadows and purging them and dealing with them, shining the light on them. Because this girl, look, her eyes are closed. Where is her focus? Her focus has been within. It's been within. And I feel like that's been the name of the game for Scorpio. It has been being really focused within, being really calm, no matter what's happening out here, even when we can't see what's going on around us, even when there's uncertainty or darkness. But look at all the light coming in the back of this card. The light is coming back for my Scorpios now, okay? Because you're wrapping up this process. The fog is clearing and everything's coming back into focus. But know that you've been being protected. You've been being protected this whole time so that you could do this process. And I do feel like that's going to become apparent. So you, as the fog clears, you're going to see like, oh my God, thank you, Spirit. Like you had my back the whole time. I didn't know it, but you did. Like you've been guarding me. You've been watching over me. So some of you may get some signs or some really powerful synchronicities or watch some things really suddenly line up for you in a way that there is no way it could have happened without the hand of God being involved and guiding the process. And you're going to know this was God protecting me. This was Spirit protecting me. I also feel like this card, literally, my Scorpios are the protection team. So you guys watching this are a powerful bunch, and you are also now being asked to stand up. You've been given protection because you are protecting others. You are the protection as well. You guys are here to be unafraid of the storms. You guys are a sign that can really light up in a stormy energy and really be powerful and really shine and show off your stuff when things get tough or things get difficult, okay? So there's this sense of like difficult times ahead for the collective, but you guys got your stuff together and you're gonna really be ready for the battle, okay? Like you've got your armor on, you are ready to go, you're gonna have your head in the game. I feel like you guys have been being prepared this whole time by Spirit to lead and help others. And again, this doesn't have to be like anything like crazy, apocalyptic stuff. This can just be in our own lives. This can be just simple things like maybe you had to learn the ropes around something to create a new pathway for other people to follow. This can even be stuff as simple as, let's say, like you get a new job and you're the first person to ever hold that title in your company. And it's just been created and no one's ever done it before. So nobody really knows what it looks like. And you have to be the one to put your armor on and really figure stuff out. And that's not an easy process. But what you're doing is you're actually setting the precedence for those that will follow you, those that will come and step up into that position behind you later. So sometimes, we have to step up first. And that means Spirit has to prepare us to step into these leadership positions so that we can then be a source of light and guidance to those around us. And again, that can just be shining your light. That can just be you being an example that other people look to and go, ooh, I want what she has. I want to be able to do what she's doing. I want that too. And then they change because they see that it can be done. All right. So don't stress. Like if that sounds like a lot to take on, you're like, I don't know if I'm ready for this. You've been being prepared all year. So think about for your own life, think about the ways that your life has been maybe pushing you out of your comfort zone these last couple of years, or really pushing you to dive deeply into yourself. Think about the lessons you've been learning over these last 2 years. I feel like it's 2 years. I feel like it's probably been very much this year, but a little bit of last year too, most likely for most of my Scorpios watching this. And think about like what you've been really being honed around. What have you been, what lessons has Spirit really been pushing you to learn? And I know I've talked before with my Scorpios about I feel like a lot of you guys had really been getting tests of faith. And again, well, what do we need in the darkness? Well, we have to have faith. We have to be really, really strong and firm in that sense of faith to get through tough times. And there may be other people around you who aren't Scorpios who that's harder for them. Maybe the darkness scares them, or the darkness, they're not as comfortable there. They're not as resilient there as you are as a sign. And so you go through it first. This is just you guys going through it. I do feel like I keep hearing like through the ringer when I see this card. I feel like some of you guys feel like this woman, like you have been through the ringer, but you're fierce, guys. You guys are hanging in. That woman is not giving up. She is holding her own. She's being whipped around by this crazy tornado of energy, and she is not given up at all. If anything, it has made her stronger. And this is the card of resilience, okay? So you guys are a resilient bunch, and the things you've gone through these last couple years in your own lives has been really honing you and making you really strong and really resilient. Also, with this truth card, I keep getting something about some of my Scorpios. You've been being shown a truth or receiving a truth, seeing through people around you, seeing behind the masks of those around you. Maybe it's one person in particular, or maybe there's a few people around you. It could even be a group of people or a system that you've been really, I feel, seeing through it and calling bullshit on it. And maybe other people around you have not been able to see this as clearly as you can. So it could have been leaving you feeling a little washed out, or a little like, am I the only person who gets this? And why do I feel like I have to battle this alone? I'm hearing for those of you that applies, please know that this truth is going to come out, and I feel like you're going to be vindicated. Okay. So this like fog that's clearing out, others are going to see it now too. So some of you might have been like, the sky is falling, the sky is falling, the sky is falling. Why do none of you see that the sky is falling? And been feeling like you're not being heard. And now all of a sudden everybody's like, oh my God, the sky's falling. Oh my God, why didn't you tell us the sky was falling? When you're like, I have been trying to tell you that. Okay. So vindication. I just keep getting vindication. Some of you, it's like you have this powerful ability to see through things. So you tend to see things first, okay? You may see it before other people, and that's okay. Again, because you're not afraid of the darkness of humanity. Some people don't want to see the darkness that is there. Some people don't want to acknowledge that it exists. Some people prefer to skim and live on the surface. Scorpio is not that sign. You guys are not that sign, okay? You are the sign of depth and truth, and you want to get to the truth, and you don't care how ugly it is. So you may be willing sometimes to venture into territory in your own mind and conceptualize things that other people are simply not willing to entertain for themselves. You know, it's almost like they don't want to think that something could be true. But you're not afraid of it, and therefore it shows itself to you. You can see it very easily, okay? And again, you know, that's a double-edged sword, right, Scorpio? Because sometimes people don't like the truth teller because they don't like the truth that's being shown or that you've been sharing, right? So, and I feel that's been true for some of my Scorpios watching this. So I feel a group of you are watching this and are totally resonating with this and are like, yes, 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 I see it. Why does no one else get it? And I keep getting, you're going to get vindicated because something's going to come out with the fog clearing here. Stuff's going to start to pour out, or the truth is going to start to make itself known. And we've got some really powerful astrological energies right now to help that happen. I really feel like this eclipse window that is coming in this month, the end of this month, is going to be powerful for that too. And this energy is going to continue straight through the middle of November with this Saturn that has been retrograded since the end of June. It's karmic reckoning, you guys. And what does that mean? It means the lid getting pulled off of secrets, of things that people have tried to keep hidden. And it's going to come out, okay? And why are you doing this? Why does all this matter? You're doing this. You're going into the darkness. You're venturing there. You're bringing the light. You're shining light on truths that are uncomfortable, on things people don't want to see. You're the truth teller. You're the truth seeker. Why are you doing this? Well, you're doing this because you're trying to create something that is genuine and authentically good, and not just for yourself. You're doing this for generations to come. You're doing this for others. You're doing this for family. You're doing this for your friends. You're doing this out of loyalty and devotion, not only to yourself, it's to other people. It's to the future. I really get strong vibes here, ancestral vibes and future-oriented vibes with this. You are more focused about what are we really building here for the future, either for the collective or for your own family. And you want it to be strong, and you want it to be good, and you want it to be real. There's authenticity coming through to me with this, okay? And I do feel like some of my Scorpios, again, I get this sense of you are setting an example. And, you know, because this is almost like a mother and child in this card, I feel for some of you, it's not even about the collective, it's about the example that you feel you're setting for your own children of like, we don't back down when things are wrong. You know, we stand up for what's right. We stand up for truth. Okay. Powerful card. And again, I got clarity on that card. It was the possibility card, right? That there's so many things that are possible, and that we can really create a lot of good things, even in dark times, even in bad situations, that there are good things that can be created or formed from that. When we aren't afraid to delve deeper, when we aren't afraid to really acknowledge a situation for what it is and to see the truth about it. Okay. I'm also getting like Phoenix vibes as I'm looking at this card. These are starting to look like flames here to me. And I don't actually think it is. I think it's just like a red glow, but it looks now like flames. And also I'm getting a message about this. I feel Scorpio, some of my Scorpios, this is you inside this beautiful bubble of gold energy. And it's like Spirit wants you to know that you have been being protected, and you will continue to be protected as you go through the flames. So some of you might have stepped up to the plate to deal with a problem or a situation in your life or in your family or group around you, and you had the guts to step up and face something or face something down. And maybe it's been hot, maybe it's not been easy, but it's like you are so protected. You have this divine bubble of protection as you go through the flames. The Phoenix is not destroyed by the flames, right? Phoenix energy is huge with the sign of Scorpio. In fact, the Phoenix is one of the symbols associated, along with the Scorpion, with the sign of Scorpio. And Scorpio is a sign that is known to undergo multiple transformations in their own life, where they literally die and are reborn as something new, a new version of themselves. So for those of you who feel like you've been going through that, know that you've been being protected through it, okay? That nothing real is lost as you've been venturing into the darkness, as you've had to go through your own pain, as you have been rising up and burning away things around you that needed to go. You are not touchable. You are safe. Okay, and you're going to continue to be so because you are the light. You are holding the light. Okay, you're the phoenix rising out of the ashes. And there's so much possibility there of all the amazing new things. When we transform, like, we create something totally new that didn't exist before. Okay, and I was kind of picking that up before when I was giving you that example of like maybe starting a new role at your work where nobody's ever done it before. You're creating it, right? You're birthing it, especially with creation energy showing up here. So let's move to the tarot. This is such a powerful message for my Scorpios, but I want to get a little bit more into it to see what else you guys really need to know or be prepared for in the times coming ahead for you. Especially since I feel like you guys have really just been through it. So let's grab the tarot cards. All right, Scorpio. So I am going to show you the tarot cards here in a minute. I am definitely getting a strong sense for some of my Scorpios out there watching this. You've just been really feeling alone. So you've been going through it, but just feeling like you don't have support, or feeling like you're the only one going through something right now. Or maybe you even feel like you've had to take on the responsibility around something and you feel like either got dumped in your lap, or like you're the only one who's like strong enough maybe in your group or your family or your friends to step up to the plate and do something about a situation. And I get some of you are just freaking tired right now. And you're feeling a little beat up, or you're feeling a little like, oh, I can't keep doing this. I'm tired of like being all by myself with this knowledge, or all by myself with this problem. Okay. And I feel like you've really been holding it together, but I get a sense of by yourself, or like out of your own like willpower here. All right. Without maybe a lot of external support. So this also could talk about like resources. So maybe it's not just like family support or like feeling like you have support of other people, but maybe you also just feel like I'm having to hold stuff together without the proper like finances to support it, or without the proper tools that I need to like build something or to make something happen. And you've been like feeling like you're holding shit together with like toothpicks and bubble gum, like MacGyver style here. All right, so let me show you the cards. The first row of cards, I got the Queen of Wands. I feel like, Scorpio, this is you in that fiery, like scorpionic, like phoenixy energy, okay? And she's looking a little like haggard to me in this card and a little bored. She's kind of slumped in her chair like, is it over yet? Is it over yet? Okay, can like we get on with this now, please? And then we have the Four of Pentacles, which I feel is also you guys like, but I feel like there's this sense of like, fatigue again, and like holding on, trying to maybe hold on to something, trying to hold something together, keeping it together. And I hear feet firmly planted. Just as I was going to put that card down, I am seeing his feet on these coins, and I hear feet firmly planted. So you guys, again, are very grounded sign. You've been very grounded. And I feel like you are, whether you realize it or not, providing some structure or grounded energy to those around you. That is important, even if you don't feel like appreciated for it, or even if you don't feel like you're getting anywhere. Okay, I get this message from Spirit that like your presence and what you have been doing is so much more valuable and so much more important than perhaps you even realize. And then I have 10 of Cups, happiness, and I feel like this is what you're trying to create, or this is what you're trying to preserve. And I do feel you guys are idealists. Like some of you who are watching this, like, you see potential here for a happy future and for a family to be happier. For, again, look at these kids, like future generations. And it's like, I'm going to do everything I can to either overcome these old negative patterns, or to burn away maybe old trauma from your own childhood, or negative patterns and negative cycles and situations, like you're burning it away. You are doing that because you believe in something better. You want to create something better for future generations, either in your family or maybe even in a work situation, trying to make it better for others who might come after you, right? And then we have the Star, hope. And I feel like you guys have really had to hang on to your hope through this. And I do get, like, them with the Eight of Swords popping up right after it. Some of you have had to stay hopeful even though you kind of feel stuck or feel like your efforts are in vain, or feeling like I'm hoping for this, I'm wishing for this, but I'm not sure what else I can give to the situation, or I'm not sure what else I can do. And some of you might even feel like your hands are getting tied. Again, I feel like for a lot of my Scorpios watching this, this is because you feel like other people around you don't get it or don't see it. And so you just feel very alone. And so, or feeling like left without what you need to pull something off. Okay. And I'm definitely still getting this sense of a lot of inner work that's been going on. So many of you, some of this battle has really just been inner work of like purging your own demons, looking at your own darkness within, and really having to work hard to clear your own fog and find your own faith again, and to feel hopeful again, maybe that a positive, happy future is possible. But I feel like you have it now, okay, you guys? I feel like you have found it, or you have never fully given up on it in the first place. You know, if it's been a struggle and you're still kind of struggling, I don't think you ever really gave up on it. I think it's always kind of been there in the background, but maybe you've just been discouraged. I get discouragement energy with some of this read. The next row of cards don't look really good. So even though you've been feeling like, I don't feel supported, or I don't feel like I have what I need, I feel support is coming, okay? Because the next card I have here is Two of Cups. Help, support, partnership, okay? This can be a romantic partner stepping up to the plate, or a new partner coming in. This can be business. This can just be relationship, one-on-one friendship, family. But this is like no longer being alone, okay? Having aid and having support. And maybe for some of you, you've had to learn how to open yourself up to receive that support. Maybe you felt alone for such a long time that it's been hard, and what you've been really clearing away are the things that make you feel like that's not possible or won't come in for you. And then we have Nine of Cups, which is wish fulfillment. It's funny because the look on this girl's face, it almost feels like she's like, I don't know about this. So maybe some of you, like, you're going to get help or support, or all of a sudden, like I said, people around you start to see what you've been seeing and understanding things maybe from like your perspective, and you're a little skeptical when what you want to happen finally does happen. So try to stay open, Scorpio. I'm definitely getting a sense of you really do need to be open right now to the blessings that are coming in as this fog clears, okay? Don't get stuck feeling cranky, like, because, you know, sometimes, you know, we really want people to see it our way, and then when they finally do, it's almost like, oh, now you decide to see it my way. You know, we get an attitude about it, so be careful about that. I'm getting a warning about watch out for that. Stay open. When other people see it, just be thankful. Stay in gratitude that, yes, okay, they finally see it. Yes, great. Let's work together now. Let's get something done. Okay? Don't shut them out, is what I'm hearing. And then we have the Chariot, because then things can move forward. And I feel like things are about to move forward for my Scorpios, and in a more balanced way. I'm really being drawn to we have both the black and the white horse represented here. And again, darkness and the light, okay? That when we can harness those energies and make them work together, that sometimes things can get done. So some of you may have even been having to like unite like warring parties here, or maybe you've been fighting for peace within your family. Maybe there's been strife or conflict, and you've been the one trying to help bring things back together into harmony for the future generations, or for the children that are involved in a situation. And it's been tough. There's also with this, you know, remember I started off by saying like Scorpio understands that there is power and potential in the darkness, that there is light in the dark, that hope is not ever really truly lost. And Scorpio is able to create things from nothing. Scorpio can go into that dark place and create something from that void space of possibility. And so I feel also with this Chariot card, I'm getting that energy of it's like finally harnessing the energies and making them work together to get movement, to finally get some traction. And King of Swords then is coming out, which can be like swinging the sword and putting an end to something. I really kind of feel like this is like breaking free energy. I also feel like this is mental clarity. So finally, everyone involved in the situation having clarity and seeing the whole picture again. It's like whatever's been hidden or shadowed that maybe you've been seeing that others haven't been. I feel like with this King of Swords showing up, look how bright and light and airy this card is. I feel like others are finally seeing it with this. Okay, the light of truth is shining in and others are going to see it too. Okay, and maybe again, you know, see how he's kind of holding that sword up and it's all lit at the tip. Like I almost feel too like some of you have felt like this. You've been the King of Swords, having to cut shit out and set limits and create boundaries and hold order and hold things together because you stand in the light of the truth, because you see through the falseness. You have seen maybe someone for who they really were, or saw a deception coming before others around you did, and have been trying to kind of call, you know, rally the troops or call people up to, you know, help you, you know, with whatever needs to be done to rectify the situation. You guys are trying to rectify whatever this is. And then I have 10 of Pentacles. Again, legacies. There's strong energy of legacies here, of like, what are we leaving behind for other people? What are we building for the future? Is it going to be real? Is it going to be true? Is it strong? How do we make it balanced? How do we make it better? Okay. And loyalty, you know, with the dog, they're showing me loyalty too. And Scorpio is a very loyal sign. People don't always realize that because of that ability to sort of burn things up or burn things away that comes with that scorpionic death cycle energy. But ultimately, Scorpio is a very loyal sign as well. And so maybe some of my Scorpios watching this, maybe some people have been like accusing you of like creating strife, maybe because they don't see the truth of the situation the way that you do. And really, you've been actually trying to make things better. And your heart's actually been in the right place the whole time. And actually, like, people maybe feel like you don't care about them or you're not there to help them. You're only in it for yourself, when in fact, you've been loyal to this group of people the whole time. You've been actually trying to help them the whole time. And maybe you have felt like your loyalty wasn't seen or hasn't been appreciated, but please know that it's going to be seen, okay? And just be forgiving. I hear like you may have to be really open and gracious and forgiving to others around you who don't see it, because you can see things that other people can't, and you can see it sometimes first. And so part of why some of this conflict or disagreement might have been there is because they just didn't see what you saw, okay? And it's not them necessarily being stubborn or unwilling, it's they just didn't see it, you know? Like, just like, you know, okay? You have to maybe allow that and learn to accept that so that you guys can all then move forward. Don't get your own, that's funny, I wanted to say don't get your feet stuck in the mud when it comes time to finally move all this energy forward again. But I'm also then heard like, don't get your panties all in a bunch about it, okay? So whatever this is, you guys are going to also have to come to a place of like just calm and peace and flow when things finally come together and everything is seen and everything makes sense. Then we have 5 of Swords followed immediately by 4 of Swords. And again, I feel like this is the energy of the conflict coming to a place of balance and peace once again. I'm also hearing for some people, they're showing me the progression of the 5 swords down to the 4 swords. So there may be something that gets cut out. And we did have that King of Swords showing up here with the movement with the Chariot. So maybe you've had to help remove something. Maybe you had to cut a negative energy out of a situation. Either, you know, maybe you were cutting a shadow out of yourself with this sword, right? Excuse me. Maybe we're cutting, oh, that's interesting. So I just got like a tickle in my throat and had to take a sip of water as I was talking about cutting things out. And swords are throat chakra energy. This is all like communication, throat chakra energy. Maybe some of you actually had to be the voice of reason or have had to like stand up verbally against someone or something and really have been outspoken about it and felt maybe like you were not being heard. But I feel like now you are. But I really feel like with these swords, it's almost like an energy is being removed. and it feels like a negative energy finally being purged or finally being removed from the situation so that there can be peace and order coming back in. And I feel like you've had to lead the way. And again, I kind of get resentment about having to do that and maybe not having help or not being supported or other people not understanding what you've been trying to do or misunderstanding your own motives. And then we have Three of Wands. And maybe some of my Scorpios, maybe even doubted yourself, you know, but I get your heart was always in the right place. You're loyal. You always were trying to help with whatever you've been shining a light on, okay? And even if you felt stuck, because there is that, again, remember I was talking about like that woman, you know, not moving forward because like there's been fog and things have been a little stuck or hampered. And I got that we have Eight of Swords here too. So again, there is a little bit of some stuckness there. Maybe you have felt that you couldn't make progress around something. But that is being freed up and you are going to be able to. And even though that may have been frustrating, now there's going to be more ease because whatever that is that has been holding things up or causing things not to be clear or causing things not to be able to move, that is being taken away or removed from the situation, whether that be because you finally convinced other people to the cause and they're helping you now, or whether that be a matter of divine intervention coming in and sweeping something out of this situation and everybody else, you know, having their eyes open and going, oh, that's what was really happening here. Wow. But ultimately, this brings us to the Three of Wands. Everything coming together, everything lining up, things finally progressing. Now we can move forward. And this is a happy card. You know, Three of Wands is a positive card. Our ships are coming in. Good things are coming. What we've been waiting to manifest is finally here, okay? Or at least we can see it now on the horizon. There's hope. Let me get like 2 more cards for my Scorpios. What else? How do we end this reading, Spirit? What else do my Scorpios need to know that is going to help them right now? It's almost over. I'm hearing it's almost over. Whatever this situation that has been kind of frustrating to you or like that you feel like you can't like progress around, it's almost over. And again, I feel like this is my Scorpios like, oh my God, I can't take anymore. There's worry, there's tension, there's fear. I feel more tension than fear though on your part. I don't really feel, you don't feel afraid to me, Scorpio. You just feel exhausted with this. And like you're ready to give up, like you don't think it's gonna happen, okay? And you're like, I've been waiting forever for everyone else to get this or to everybody else to catch up to me, right? But the new energy is here on the scene with the Ace of Pentacles, okay? So you're exhausted, you think it's not coming, but it is. It's here. And with the World, again, completion. This, like, difficult cycle is closing out and in a really positive way. Some good energy coming in here. And then King of Wands. So there is, I feel like this is igniting the torch. Okay, I'm hearing igniting the torch or like new energy really finally settling in and allowing things to progress and to move forward, allowing ideas to finally come to fruition or plans to finally get anchored in and in, I feel, an exciting way. I'm also being pulled to that we have, you know, we started with the Queen of Wands with this tarot, and then we're ending with the King of Wands. So there may be something about a divine counterpart energy coming in here, where this woman's been kind of waiting for this guy to get it or come around to it, and he finally does. He finally sees it, and now we can unite our energies and really be a strong power couple together, or really get somewhere and build something amazing together, which is really cool. That won't be for all of my Scorpios watching this, but for a few maybe. I want one more card for this King of Wands. I feel like there's another way the King of Wands could be interpreted here, and I just want to get a little clarity on what that might be in this read. There's like, it's like feeling proud of yourself or feeling content, pride, and I got High Priestess as the clarity, okay? So I feel this is also vindication with this, like your inner knowing what you have known and known. It's like now you get vindicated and you can see that, yes, I was right. Other people see that you were right. You don't need that for yourself because like you do know the truth and you know that it is the truth, I feel, for most of my Scorpios watching this. But like, isn't it nice when, like, you're not being gaslit by other people telling you that you're just crazy and, like, you're seeing shit that isn't really there, right? Like, I feel like this is finally the truth being known, the truth being seen, and it allowing you to, like, have what you need to move forward. I do get excitement and energy and movement with this, especially since we have the Chariot showing up in this read. Like, there is a sense of, like, now finally, you know, I'm being heard and valued and seen for my contributions or for what I've been trying to teach or show people. And now there's this new excitement that is there to really take something forward or to ignite new ideas. And that, I feel like this is the new ideas, like really settling in, being grounded in and ignited. And this was born from your own maybe intuition, or born from, like, you being, like, the badass that you are and really standing and stepping firmly up in your convictions, that you've been able to bring this in, okay? And I feel like ultimately it's because you guys didn't give up. You felt like it. You've been tired and you've wondered if it was worth it, but in the end you didn't give up. And so receive your blessings when they come in, Scorpio. We have 9 of Cups and 10 of Pentacles here. And, like, for those of you looking for a relationship or wanting support, like, with 2 of Cups, I feel ultimately you're going to get it, okay? I feel like you guys are getting it. And the advice from Spirit is, even though you're kind of tired and worn down and maybe felt like people, maybe you're a little butthurt, you felt like people weren't, like, listening to you, weren't hearing you, or weren't treating you with honor and integrity or respect, know that that is going to change in I hear, a very powerful way. And that you're gonna be seen for the powerful, amazing being that you truly are. And that's going to allow you to really step up into this position of power where you can protect and help others, where you can lead the way forward. And ultimately, why are you doing that? To build and create something better for everyone. Okay, Scorpio, those are your messages. Take care, guys. Hang in there. I will be back in a few weeks with some more Oracle messages for my Scorpios. Bye.